Okay, so this is the information that we need. In order to talk about something that you accomplished last month and that you consider that it was something interesting for you, okay? So maybe something as small as I did, as something, and okay, very good. Maybe something that was a bigger. Very good. Perfect. Okay, it is perfect. Don't write your name. No escribamos el nombre, así vamos a tratar de adivinar quién escribió quién, ¿sí? Yo escribí el mío porque la idea era que vean el ejemplo. Yeah, so you just have to type something that you accomplished, and then we're going to try to guess who was that person. Very good. There is one answer. Please, the rest of you, can you complete it? So we need to have other answers in order to this activity, please. Okay, there's one participant typing. Perfect. Perfect. Great. Oh, perfect. So there are some questions, activities as simple as the one that I did, and then there are some big ones. Okay, let's have a look at them. So, what did you accomplish last month? When we talk about activities that we performed in the past, we must use the simple past, okay? That is going to say to add ed for regular verbs or to change the verb if they are irregular. Very good. Okay, let's start with the first one. I got perfect the job that I want in a very huge multinational company, and now I am learning a lot about mining, HIC, and legal mining. So happy, excited, and grateful with this professional advance in my life. Wow, such a perfect month, it seems. Okay, so who is this? Who do you think it is? We have some hints, tenemos algunas. Ahí nos habían comentado un poco. So who is this? Who did this? Any guesses?
Ana.
Yes. Ana Carolina, is that you? Perfect. Okay, so congratulations for your achievement last month. It was perfect. So that is something that you have to be proud of. Great. Okay, let's see.
Yeah,
Last month, yes?
I'm trying to adapt my routine to this new work. I'm so happy with this. Now I'm falling in my reality, but 2 weeks ago, it's just like, oh my God, I'm here. How? And now it's just like, yeah, it's my work. This is my duties, and just go out with that.
Perfect. Yeah, so this idea of some changes that we might face, and that is perfect. Okay, so now it's a new kind of beginning for you regarding your professional development, of course. Thank you for sharing and congratulations. Let's see, last month I passed an exam, a very difficult exam for me. It's about law, okay, law regulations. Who do you think did this? Was it Pablo? Was it Cynthia? Who was? Any guesses?
Cynthia?
Yes, of course. If it wasn't you, it must be Cynthia. Okay, pretty good, Cynthia. So you passed an
Yes.
exam that is so wonderful, and it's a law. Okay, so you've been studying a lot, so now you are having some free time. You
Yes,
deserve it.
I went to the institute, ¿cómo se dice? Rendir un examen, take an exam, puede ser.
Yes, you sit for an exam. Yes.
Okay, I sit for this exam 3 times, and 2 times I desaprobar.
Failed. Failed. Mhm.
And the third time I passed this exam.
Yes, that was perfect. La tercera es la
Congratulations.
vencida.
Yes.
What type of
Yeah.
law was the exam about?
Okay, I am studying mining in Campo Quijano, and this exam is about law in mining.
Ah, nice.
And I study a lot.
Yeah, you have a lot of local in
Yes, and for me,
resolutions. Yeah, it's not
yes,
too much, but if you get when you understand that it's, you know, how to looking for your solution there. So it's a lot. It's a very important. It's a several amount of laws, but when you understand that, you know how to find your solution there.
Yeah. Did you do a case analysis, Cynthia? Or what was the exam about?
no, I studied some law about mining and no sé cómo se dice, resoluciones, no sé también cómo se dicen, pero
Sí, legislación local, que sería
eso.
lo que saca el municipio, que saca el
Yes,
municipio.
local
Ujú.
regulations.
Yes,
Perfect.
and how, ¿cómo se dice? Iniciar.
Okay, begin or start.
Okay. How start. Uy, no, ya me re.
Okay, maybe you can explain it in Spanish.
No
It's
importa,
En
okay.
Spanish,
vos
ok.
pasaste el examen,
Sí,
ya está.
ese examen ya lo pasé.
Ya no
¿Cómo
hay
se
que
inicia,
recordarlo.
digamos?
Don't think about that.
Claro.
Okay, perfect. Congratulations, Cynthia. You did great. So the last but not least is Pablo. So last month you accomplished a new record riding bike. Okay, how was that? Tell us a little bit more, Pablo.
Okay. I start riding bike again after maybe 10 years.
Okay.
So I live in Granburg,
Mm-hmm.
and I ride on the, I don't know the name in English, the ciclovia,
Okay.
and I go to the until El Tipal.
Okay, you went
I
from.
went, yeah,
Mm-hmm. Okay, and how many kilometers are those
I don't
approximately?
know, maybe 5.
Okay,
All the circuit, I mean,
perfect. Okay, and how was it? Did you feel, how did you feel?
was very difficult.
Yeah, of course, it's a challenge. So that's something that you must face. Perfect.
Yeah.
So this idea was just to know a little bit more about you, but also to understand and to value even the smallest advantages, the smallest actions that we take. Okay, so let's go on with some activities because today we must. Thanks for sharing. Yes, this idea of getting to know your classmates a little bit more. It's gonna be this. It's gonna make this lesson, this course better. Okay, let's see. We're going to share the presentation for today. Okay. What happens? I can't share now. Let's see. Let me share. Maybe this one. Okay. Let's see. Here we are. So last lesson, I don't know if you could see the video about our last lesson. We talked a little bit about problem solving, this idea of how to face a problem and how to solve it, or at least provide some possible solutions. And we worked with these phrases. So if you have watched the video class, we will try to know a little bit more. Otherwise, let's try to work with them. So all the highlighted words or phrases refer to something that is related to problem solving, okay? So have a look at it, have a look at them, and try to think what they mean. Maybe you can, there are some hints, algunas guías que nos pueden ayudar a decidir. But try to pay attention to it. Oh, excuse me. Okay, let's see. Number one, Cynthia, can you read number one, please?
Okay, you could try switching the wires. It's a long shot, but it just might work.
Perfect. Long shot. What do you think that means? Any idea? It's a long shot. We're talking about problem solving.
Difficult? Or,
Okay, not exactly. Okay, yes.
or
Yes, it's something that may not happen.
Okay.
Yes, it's not difficult, like it's something hard to do, no es algo
Es
difícil.
como una boludez, es una boludez, pero es trabajo, algo así, ¿no?
No, es como que no es muy probable. ¿Ok? Es difícil que suceda. ¿Ok? So, podrías intentar en este caso cambiar de lugar los cables. It's a long shot, but it might work. ¿Sí? Es como nos lanzamos a hacer eso. ¿Ok? It's an option. It's something that may happen, but podemos probar. ¿Ok? So that is a long shot. Sí, vendría a ser como probar algo, ¿sí? Intentar. Number two, Pablo.
If you have a problem with your presentation, call Miles. He's very good at troubleshooting.
Troubleshooting, what does that mean?
Someone who solves problems.
Yes, troubleshooting, it refers to the ability to solve problems, but also to analyze problems. Yes, so troubleshooting He's very good at that. He can analyze the problem, but also he can solve it. Very good. And the next one.
The
What was
data
that?
sheets of equipment have a section of troubleshooting problems.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, so troubleshooting is this idea of facing a problem and trying to find a solution, analyzing all the possibilities, all these alternatives, and then finding a solution. Yeah, so that is why it's called troubleshooting. Very good. Caro, what about the next one?
A recent sales hiccup is nothing to panic about.
What's that? What do you think it means?
Something that probably people can be worried about. For example, are down on the sales and the recent sales, or a change on the results. I think.
Yes, it's related to this idea of a change, but it's a hiccup is a very small obstacle, un pequeño tropiezo. That's gonna be our translation. Okay, something that was working good in a good way, and then there is something that, okay, but it's something that is small. It's not a big problem. It's just something that, as I told you, un pequeño tropiezo, algo que no estaba contemplado. Very good. Next one, Cynthia.
Taking out a loan to pay for bills is just a quick fix. You will need to find a more permanent solution.
Perfect. A quick fix, something that you do. What does it mean?
Algo transitorio, un arreglo transitorio, me suena como que.
Yes, something that you do very quickly, yes, in order to solve a problem, but it's not gonna be permanent. Okay, so maybe a quick fix in order to solve this would be to, okay, a quick fix, something that solves a problem, but it will not be permanent. Next one, Pablo.
Lack of employee motivation is a serious obstacle to a company's financial success.
Yes, this is very, una palabra transparente.
It's transparent,
So,
yes.
yeah, so obstáculo, something that is preventing us from doing something. Very good. Next one, Cynthia.
Ahí la leo yo, ahí volví.
Okay.
Today it's too windy here. When I wake up in the morning, it was hot, so I put my t-shirt, a very light t-shirt, a very light pants. I put my sandals, and when I go out to the office today, it was so windy and I get a cold. So
it happens when we switch the weather. Yeah, the climate, it's crazy. Okay, let's see, next one.
I'm with the estoy estornudando, no me acuerdo cómo se dice estornudar.
Sneezing.
Yeah, I'm sneezing. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, yes.
Activation screen isn't very clear. I think there must be some sort of defect. Defect?
Yeah. Defecto, another transparent word. Yes. And then the last one, scientists are studying long-term solutions to the problem of global warming. Okay, long-term solutions. It's also kind of transparent word. What does it mean?
Una solución a largo plazo sería.
Yes, it's the opposite. The opposite to a quick fix. Very good, something that is permanent. Okay, so this idea, so can you think of any other examples of quick fixes or long-term solutions? Maybe at work that you experienced this a problem, and how did you face them? Okay, quick fixes, long-term solutions, or maybe you can describe a hiccup or an obstacle that you have to deal with at work. So 2 minutes just to share something that, okay, maybe at the office there was, I don't know, the printing machine didn't work. So as a quick fix, we printed them at my colleague's house. I don't know, something as simple as that. To explain quick fixes or long-term solution, and then to describe a hiccup or an obstacle that you had to deal with at work. Something that you would like to share, any situations at the work site, and that you applied any of these situations. Yeah, something, a quick fix, a long-term solution. Okay, let's think 2 minutes.
For example, a quick fix. And we had a meeting 2 weeks ago, and all my workmates and I have a notebook on the corporative notebooks. And in the meeting room, we have a TV, a very modern TV that you can connect with Bluetooth. The notebook with the TV, put your screen on the TV without cable, yeah? That day, the connection, it's failed. We don't know how, but the connection didn't work. And the quick fix solution, it was take an HDMI cable, connect the computer to the TV, show this the screen, you know, but it was a quick fix solution. But the main idea is to repair the TV or check the connection issues, to use the TV without cable, use the remote connection.
Perfect. Excellent. Yes, so that is a perfect example of a quick fix, something that you have to solve as soon as possible, but it will work for some time. It's not going to be permanent. Perfect. Thank you, Carolina. What about you, Pablo? Anything that you would like to share about this? Maybe a quick fix or a long-term solution for a problem, a hiccup, or an obstacle that you faced at work?
Yes, here in plant we have some columns or tanks. The tanks were working for 25 years, and inside we have brine, and to protect the tanks for corrosion, we use a rubber lining, but now we have problem with the lining because it's too old. So a quick fix is to put I don't know the translation, un parche, to repair the damaged zone or place. And also we are working in a long-term solution. We are replacing the rubber lining for with a coating. It's a special coating. It's an epoxy resin, and that is the final solution or our long-term solution.
Perfect. Yeah, so very good. Excellent. So a very quick fix is to use a patch, yes, to apply a patch on the lining, and otherwise, yes. So epoxy, that's gonna be very hard to break. Perfect. Thank you, Pablo. Cynthia, what about you? Anything that you would like to add?
No, I haven't got any example in my mind. No, no se me
Okay.
ocurre ninguna, no, no sé.
Okay. What about, for example, you are studying? Yes, I'm going to give you an idea. You are studying and suddenly your computer stopped working. Yes, it stops working. What would you do? What would be your quick fix?
Mm,
I don't know. What do you think we're gonna do? You are studying, you have all the information there in your computer, and you need to give a presentation, for example, or you need to join your lesson, your online lessons. Why? How would you solve that? A quick fix. Okay, I have no computer. What will I do?
okay. I think I have my information in the computer, but in a pen drive. And ¿cómo se decía? Pedir prestado, lend o borrow.
Yeah, I will borrow. Borrow
Ah,
es pedir prestado. Lend es prestar.
Okay.
Very good. That's gonna be.
And I will borrow um, other computer. I don't know.
Yes, perfect. That's gonna
Okay.
be your quickest fix. Yes,
Okay.
this as soon as possible. You have to solve that. Very good. That's one option. Maybe you can use your cell phone. You can.
Okay. Yes.
Or that can be another quick fix.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So let's go with the next activities. Yeah. So we also worked with some specific adjectives in order to describe problematic situations at work. Okay, pay attention to them, have a look. Okay, some of them are, let's say, for bigger problems, for more complicated problems, and some of them are for simple problems, everyday situations. Okay, so just choose one of these adjectives and think about a situation that describes and that you can use an adjective for this. For example, I will give an example that you can use while I was giving online lessons. There was an electricity shortcut. So there was critical problem because the internet was gone. So that problem was critical and I had to solve it as soon as possible. Okay, so think about maybe irrelevant details or an urgent problem that you faced, severe, persistent, unimportant. What about ongoing? What do you think ongoing means?
Progress.
Curso.
Yes, very good. In progress, algo recurrente. Great.
Maybe related with the information that I said before, I could say now the changing of the rubber lining is ongoing.
Yes, yes. So you are doing that at the moment. So it's an ongoing situation. Perfect.
Okay.
Do you think is it critical or is it minor?
Yes. No, it's critical because we have 22 columns and we have to change 22 lining.
Okay.
Rubber lining.
Rubber lining. So it's
at the
gonna take
moment, we only changed 2.
Okay. How much time did it take you for those 2 columns?
About 10 days.
Okay,
Each one.
so each one. Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We did the first one last year and the second one this year in the plant shutdown.
Okay. So are you planning to do another column this year or is it gonna be next year?
No, maybe next year we implement the new coding on 3 columns.
Okay. Yes, I hope so. We'll hope so. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
me too.
Yeah. Yes, you too, of course. Thank you, Pablo. What about Carolina? Did you think about any situation and try to use one of these adjectives to describe it?
I'm thinking, for example, the example that I told you before, it will be as insignificant, for example, but another example, it will be an Excel, and I have a very huge Excel file with a lot of sheets then inside them. Someone in the Excel, it's open for all my partners, and someone get inside the Excel and change one form in one cell. Celda, ¿cómo sería? In what
Yes.
space?
Cell.
One cell. That broke the Excel, yeah. And it was urgent because we need to prepare the graphics at the end of that day, but it was solved and everything go.
Okay, you could solve it.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
very
it's
good.
the only that I can remember now. But
Yes,
probably
of course.
I have a critical or something like that, but my mind, when I solve, or someone solved, my mind supreme the
Okay, the information, it was solved.
Yes.
Okay, we don't think about that. Perfect. Great. Okay, what about you, Cynthia? Something that you can share us about these situations?
Okay. Last year, I worked in a call center. I did a home office.
Great.
So I talk with other people to the other province, and my computer is, ¿cómo se dice apagar?
Yes, turned off.
Turn off, and
Mhm.
I don't continue so I don't continue
Yes.
the call.
Oh,
This is a critical situation,
yes,
but
of course.
but had a solution because I in my computer quedó registrado el número, y so
Oh,
I
you called back.
yes.
Okay, perfect. At least you could solve that situation. Perfect. Thanks. Okay, so now it's time to work in pairs. Okay, we're gonna work the three of us today, and we have to choose a problem and act it out. Okay, so these are some of the problems. There are 3 problems, so you can choose one each. And problem number 1, you can't get hold of the sales director and you need to speak to her immediately because one of your clients has an urgent request. Okay, we are going to use these situations as examples because then we are going to talk about some specific problems in the mining industry. Okay, so let's try to use this as a practice activity and then always try to think about, okay, what can happen at the mining industry? And then we're going to go deeper on that. So use this as practice, but always think about the mining industry at the same time. Okay, so coworker A and coworker B. So we have to declare the problem, provide details, and you ask for more details. She's not answering your calls. What did you try? Okay, ask, did you email her? Did you because we are talking about the past. So we use did you to talk about something that we did in the past. For example, did you call her? ¿La llamaste? Did you email her? And in that way, we are going to ask and get more details. Problem number 2, you haven't received any payment from one of your clients, okay? No se recibió ningún tipo de pago de uno de sus clientes, okay? How would you act? What would you do? So here we have the problems and the coworker A and coworker B, some actions to take. And finally, problem number 3, one of your best clients is thinking about switching to one of your competitors, okay? So we are going to choose this activity and you have to decide on which of these problems to work in a deeper way. Since we are 3, we are going to work. Let's do problem number 1, the 3 of you, and then we're going to go for the next. So try to think about this situation. What information would you add? Yes, do you want to stay here? Do you want to go to the breakout rooms? It's up to you. Lo deciden ustedes. Let's try to make this pair work in a 3 classmates work. Try to think about how would you act this situation. I'm muting myself because there's some persistent noise here, so that's why. So you can start working and thinking about how would you act out this problem. Try to think about the adjectives we did, the phrases that we studied last class. Okay, I'm gonna send you to the breakout room so there you can try to plan this dialogue together and I will go there and check. So let's focus on problem number 1 and try to include all the phrases and information, adjectives, new terms that we worked with in order to get them and use them in this situation. Okay, let's see. We're going to go to our breakout room. Please join the room that you were assigned to. Okay, let's go. Okay, we're working on our breakout room while they prepare a dialogue, a conversation about this information, about this problematic situation. Okay, in some minutes they will be back to the main session so that they can share all these activities that they were performing at the breakout rooms. Okay. Nice. Okay, we're going back. I don't know where Cynthia is. Let's wait for her some minutes. Okay, here. There she is. Okay, so that was a problem that you had. You can't get hold of the sales director. That means that you are looking for him and you, in this case, you're looking for her and you can't find her. So you need to speak to her immediately because there is a problem. There's an urgent problem going on. How would you try to act out this conversation? Who is gonna be the coworker A? Who's gonna be coworker B? Who's gonna be the coworker C? How did you try to organize?
A, Pablo is the coworker B, and I will be the coworker C.
Okay, perfect. Let's see what information you can talk about. Try to use the phrases, yes, that we worked with last lesson. And let's see, I'm all ears.
Ok, espérame. Mm, we have problem with call a director and because she didn't answer my call this morning, and we have a client to need some no sé, estoy inventando.
Okay, this idea is to,
Yes, no.
at the moment, so it's a quick fix
Uh-huh.
for this
Okay.
situation. Okay, so you're going very well. So you have a problem. She didn't answer my calls,
Uh-huh.
and we have an urgent request. Okay, so your coworker A is going to say something. What will he say or she say? Who was coworker B?
I am the coworker B.
Okay.
Have you tried to send it an email?
Yes, but she didn't read this email now.
Yes, perfect. She didn't read emails. Great. Another suggestion, Pablo?
Maybe you can try to call him.
Okay.
I called 10 times in the morning, and in the afternoon I called 5 times.
5 more times.
Okay.
Perfect.
time.
Okay.
What about her assistant? Have you tried to call her?
Sorry?
Have you tried to call her assistant?
No, I forget. I forgot.
Okay, very good. So you can say, okay, that is a good idea.
I just listened about your issue. The sales director put an automatic email to answer, and that email says the sales director is on she is on her vacations now, and in that email she put this phone number and this email for his other coworker here in the company. If you want to contact him to solve your issue about that request, it's here.
Perfect. Have a look at this idea. When you see this, what does it mean on an email? Have you ever received that? Do you have any idea what that means? What does it mean?
No.
For example, XOXO means hug and kisses. Yes. OOO means out of office. Okay. So as Carolina was saying, this sales director might be out of office. Okay. So she programmed an automatic response to say that she is not available at this moment. Okay, very good. So this idea of declaring a problem, providing details, and you can also accept or reject suggestions. So, and then finally take actions. What would be your taking action activities? Es la última que falta, the last one. Ya hicieron declaring the problem, providing details, accepting or rejecting suggestion, and taking actions. ¿Qué van a hacer? So you have all the information. What will you do in this case, Cynthia, that you have the
replace person.
Yes, very good, okay. I will, remember that usamos will para promesas o para lo que vamos a hacer en el futuro, ¿sí? I will contact her assistant or the person in charge of that situation, okay? So that's gonna be your action taking for that situation. Okay, so that is the idea, that you follow this structure in order to, when you face a problem solving situation. Yeah, so the same when you haven't received any payment from one of your clients, or when one of your best clients is thinking about switching to another one. And this idea, sorry. Okay, so this declaring a problem, finding out more details. These are the phrases that you have to revise. Okay, those are at the platform. So this activity that we will not have time to complete today, but I want you to focus and to have a look at it, because this is something that we're going to do next activity. It's going to be next lesson on Wednesday before the exam. So it's time to role play. In this case, there was going to be a speaker 1 and speaker 2, and you have to follow this structure, okay? So our team has problems. I was telling you that we were working with some other topics, but we had to pay attention to the mining industry. That's what we are focusing on. So this is a situation, this is an example for the activities that we're going to do next lesson, okay? So Sophia Hill is gonna be the speaker 1, and she's, as it says in the slide, she presented a report to warn everyone about pollution in the air, which causes poor health conditions. And so speaker number 2, in this case, Carly Horace, he is in charge of designing, creating, and providing sustainable projects in the company. Okay, so this is the basic structure that you need to follow for this speaking task that's gonna be next lesson. So you will have to think about a problem, okay, that you might face at the mining industry. That has to be a real situation, and then we're going to work in groups or in pairs trying to find a solution. And for that, it's important that you pay attention to this, let's share, to these phrases, okay? So this is what you have to do. Last lesson, it is uploaded. It was a listening activity. So all the information, you need to listen to that dialogue. Okay, what seems to be the problem? Well, de todas las que están acá, ¿cuál frase nos indica que está contando alguna situación? What seems to be the problem? ¿Cuál sería la correcta? Try to think, try to delete some of them. Which one do you think is gonna fit here? What is the problem? Okay, it's Becky here. Hello, Becky. What seems to be the problem? Well, sending emails. Which one of these options do you consider it's gonna be suitable option for this statement? Well, ¿qué usamos para indicar que algo está sucediendo, que estamos teniendo algunos problemas, en este caso, para enviar correos?
I'm having some trouble.
Very good. Yeah, so I'm having some trouble sending emails. Okay. Anyway, you have to listen to it, but this idea that you can understand all the phrases. And then after you complete this while listening, dialogue number 1, dialogue number 2, there is this activity that you have to categorize these phrases. For example, which of these phrases do we use in order to find more details? Which phrases do we use to diagnose a problem, to make a suggestion, to accept a suggestion, or maybe to reject a suggestion? Quizás la sugerencia que nos dan no me parece correcta, o quizás ya la probé, como estábamos hablando en el diálogo anterior. So I say, no, I'm sorry, that will not work, no va a funcionar. Okay, so we give other options, other suggestions. And finally, taking action. Yes, okay, I will contact the assistant, or I will do something in order to solve the problem. Okay, so please complete this activity so that you can understand the phrases, the terms, because for these following activities that are going to be speaking only activities, you need to know all of them. Okay, so let's try to do this one very quickly. Finding out more details out all of these phrases. Which one do we use in order to find more details? ¿Cómo podemos obtener más detalles? Which one of these phrases do you think is going to be?
Number 2, can you be a bit more specific?
Okay, another one.
Are you saying?
Okay, so when you need to find more details, you, in this case, for example, you can also ask, have you tried? Okay, ¿intentaste hacer tal cosa? Or what about? ¿Qué tal si? What about? As you told, como ustedes también lo usaron, what about calling her assistant? What about, I don't know, turning off the internet? What about turning off the router or the modem? Okay, so all of these phrases are going to be useful for this situation. So study them, pay attention to them, and be ready to share and to think about this situation, because this is going to be our next speaking task for next lesson. So you have 2 pieces of homework. First, think about some real problems that you can face at the mining industry, and then study the useful phrases for problem-solving situations. Okay, las dos les quedan de actividades y es la información con la que vamos a comenzar nuestra próxima clase. Okay? So, pay attention to this idea. This is the structure that we will have, and you need to consider about this for our next lesson. Okay? So,
Okay.
are there any doubts that you need to work with? Is there anything that you need to share and that you need some help with? Or is it all set? ¿Todo está bien? You have there the attendance list, the attendance link. So please fill in the form so that we know that you've been here this lesson.
Florencia, will it be possible to upload the presentation of each class on the platform?
Sorry again, sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Will it be possible to upload the presentation of each class on platform?
All of
Because
them,
I only can see the video, but not the presentation.
okay, we will upload them.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So yes, all the videos, they are there, and as you asked, we're gonna upload the presentations as well. If there is one, I mean, specifically that you need, you tell me so we can upload that specifically. Okay?
For me, it's easier to read the presentation and especially for the test.
Okay.
Is quickly for me.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Great. So we will upload them. Perfect, Pablo. Anything else that you would like to add? Otherwise, we are free to go. After you complete the attendance form, after you complete it, you can go. And if you have any problem, if you have any situation, you can send me a text on the platform, and I will answer as soon as possible. Yes, I was asking your classmates what is the issue that they are not connecting, because at this point we need to talk, because as you saw, all of speaking tasks. So we need to talk, and that's most of the times we need to talk to work in pairs. So that is something interesting, and that's something important that we have to consider. Okay, so did you complete the attendance form? Did you fill it
Yeah.
in? Okay, so
Yes.
if there are no further doubts, si no hay nada más para preguntar, we have finished this lesson. And so please study all the information that we've been working with for this exam. That's not gonna be this Friday, it's gonna be next Friday. Okay, so enjoy this long weekend. I don't know if you can enjoy them with these holidays. I hope you do. See you next Wednesday.
See ya. Have a nice long weekend.
Yes, you too. Bye, Carol.
Bye, Miss.
Okay, bye. Bye, Cynthia. See you. Bye, Pablo.